Alright, here we go. James Lightbulb Toney versus Bob the Beastface Sapp. MMA match. James Toney trying to come back from the humiliating defeat he had against Randy Couture. Tonight is my guest, he's Fighter for JC. Welcome, Fighter.
Well, thank you, cousin. That's a good sprawl right there by James Toney, and already you're seeing an improvement in his MMA game.
That's right, look at that. Now he's very composed, and he is judging distance better than he did against Couture. And a good jab and some good boxing punches by James Toney right there. And he pushes off Bob Sapp.
And one thing I'd like to point out is that James Toney only fights the best. Even in MMA, he did not want to fight anybody who's not any good, so he went straight to the top of the food chain and fought the absolute best MMA fighter out there, which is Bob Sapp.
That's right. Bob Sapp is one of the most dangerous fighters there. Look how big he is. He's like 6'4", 6 something, and he's like 300 pounds almost. He's really buff and strong.
James Toney taunting Bob Sapp right there, telling him to just go for that chin. It's actually quite amusing to see Bob Sapp trying to run away from James Toney as though James Toney's Mike Tyson.
And a good takedown there by Bob Sapp, and James Toney gets back up again.
We're really seeing some good improvements from James Toney here, and look at that nice sprawl. He wasn't even able to sprawl against Randy Couture when they fought. And here, he's stalking the much bigger man who probably outweighs him by, 10 pounds.
Good one.
See some jabs being popped by Toney right there, just snapping them out.
And a good double leg takedown by Bob Sapp, and again, James Toney gets out really fast.
It's interesting to see what kind of tactic Bob Sapp is going to use against James Toney. He's scored 2 takedowns already and hasn't really done any ground and pound. Maybe he's trying to break James Toney's back.
Pretty good idea. And then right there, another slam by Bob Sapp. Maybe he is trying to break James Toney's back. And you see James Toney there trying to work on his back with some short punches to the face. And yet another takedown by Bob Sapp. Wow. James Toney tried to kick him off right there and was not able to. And you see him working in the guard again. Bob Sapp just laying on top of James Toney right now, not really doing anything. And look at that sweep by James Toney. Wow.
Wow, that was pretty impressive. He has improved tremendously, James Toney. And he really wants to prove a point in this fight, taking on a much bigger and much stronger opponent in Bob Sapp. And look at James Toney just working. Just working. This is his world right here. He likes to infight. It's not much different from being on the ropes in boxing. Well, maybe it is a little different. What do you think, cousin?
Yeah, it is different. It's not like infighting in boxing because, number one, you're standing up. And being against the rope is a much different thing from being on your back on the canvas.
James Toney just a little short with those left jabs. And again, Bob Sapp takes him down. That must be beginning to take a toll on James Toney's back.
I know. Look at his face. Looks like he's hurting. I think James Toney's back hurts from all those takedowns. And again, he escapes to standing. Both fighters have a lot of respect. Good 1-2 by Bob Sapp, and good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by James Toney.
James Toney's got some very fast hands. He scores with a good right hand right there. And again, Bob Sapp takes him to the canvas easily, but James Toney manages to pop back up.
Good combination there by Toney. And the right hand by Bob Sapp, and Toney is out. He's out, folks. Wow, that right hand came out of nowhere and looks like James Toney is out cold. Wow, look at that right hand. Oh, he is out before he hit that canvas. Unbelievable. What power Bob Sapp has. And another humiliating defeat for James Toney.
Yep, that definitely was not expected. I was expecting to see Bob Sapp get knocked out, but that's James Toney for you.